Good evening and welcome to the May 19th City Council meeting. If you'd join me for a moment of silence and Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, please.
Volk.
Here.
Here.
Bermel.
Here.
Walter.
Here.
Lee.
Here. Okay, moving on to item 3, citizens' comments. Opportunity for those in the audience if they want to address the council for up to 3 minutes. Want to come on up and state your name and address for the record, please.
Greg Brown, Credit River, 20380 Lynn Drive. I'm here to talk about 205th Avenue, which is, I'm not too sure too many people realize that 205th Avenue is a Lakeville City road. Much to my surprise, it makes sense that it butts up with a Scott County road, and to the east, it's Lakeville City Road. And I think part of that is that maybe the jurisdiction should be a county road versus a city road. But why I'm here is because I've been asking when that road has been done. And in 2021, I was told it was going to be 2023. In 2023, I was told it was going to be 2025. And lo and behold, my surprise, I called in and said, because I didn't see anything regarding that in all the construction projects. And now I'm told it's 2027. And we keep kicking that can down the road. And I don't think from a safety standpoint, that road has gotten a lot busier in the last 2 years. Recently, let me back up. What makes it dangerous is it's narrow, it's rolly, very much rolly. It's so rolly that there's a hay bale that's been sitting there for about half a year on the side of the road because it fell off on one of the rolls. There's motorhomes on there, there's tractors on there, there's bikers on there, there's semis on there. And just recently, I saw a tractor pulling a trailer full of hay bales. There was 10 cars stacked behind it, and going east, there was a biker on the road. Now tell me that isn't a recipe for disaster. And what I was told is that it's up to you guys here at the city council to set that budget to get that construction project going. And I'm thinking that 2027 isn't going to make it, isn't going to cut it. It needs to be next year. I understand that this year's probably too late because of everything's out to bid and everything. But for 2026, it should be on that budget. There's been a fatality already on that road. I really don't want another one. And one of the things also, it's an east-west road, so you get the sunrise and sunsets going on. And that's pretty much it. I appreciate the consideration and talking about it. All right, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, would you just leave your contact information with our city clerk so I can follow up with you?
Sure.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Any other citizens' comments? Okay, moving on to additional agenda information, Mr. Miller.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Okay, and now we'll move on to our first presentation, which is a donation from the Lakeville Soccer Club. So I'll introduce Joe Maciarchin, our Parks Director.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. This evening, I'm excited to welcome up a representative from Lakeville Soccer. They are generously donating funds to sponsor 2 AEDs in the parks. So these are outdoor cabinets, heated, cooled, with surveillance and the ability to call into 911. And then they also have the AED units, obviously. But great additions to the parks. These are getting installed at Steve Machad Park and at Casperson Park, 2 of the facilities that Lakeville Soccer uses heavily. So I'll welcome up Peter.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, City Council members. My name is Peter Tima. I live in Elko, but I teach in Lakeville. And I am one of the board members from Lakeville Soccer Club. You may remember a couple of years ago, we had a cardiac event at Casperson Park during a Lakeville Soccer Club tournament. Recently, there was a cardiac event at Steve Machad. Our club has decided we need to kind of kick this thing in full gear. And we've been talking with Joe and talking with some different groups on how can we bring AEDs to our city parks. And so with the initiative of our club and working with a nice partnership with Joe and with our city parks, we're happy to say that we're providing some funding to help start the process and start bringing them to parks. Steve Machad definitely is a place that we use a lot. Casperson's a place that we use a lot, and that we thought we want to make sure that the safety of our athletes and their fans is paramount. Cardiac events are becoming more and more apparent, and we want to make sure that we have the opportunity to help save lives. So I'm super happy to present this check on behalf of Lakeville Soccer Club, and I hope we can keep things moving. So thank you very much.
Fantastic. I love the idea. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Council, any comments at all?
Wow.
Yeah, Joshua?
I appreciate the responsiveness to in need that you're seeing. I guess I have a question about do you have any thoughts about how we can make sure fans are aware of this as they're coming to your tournaments and that kind of thing?
So we've kind of discussed a social media piece. We're going to be pushing it with our tournaments and just really make sure that everyone knows that at Steve Machad, at Casperson, there are AED devices there. The high schools, our trainers, when they go to those events, always ask if there's something there as well. We also have signage that's going to be posted at the two parks that alerts people. It's pretty apparent that there's an AED right here. So it's really nice to see. Oh, there we got one of the signs there. So these will be posted at Casperson, at Steve Machad, right next to the units. The one at Machad is at the building. The one at Casperson is parking lot. Yeah, so they're right where everyone's walking by anyway. So I mean, we're hoping that they'll see it, and if they don't see it, hopefully enough people have noticed it, and we can point them to it. So
Thank you.
Awesome.
Beautiful
Can I take a
signs.
picture of Joe, you handing Joe the big check?
certainly.
Oh, you want to do it that way? Okay.
However,
Perfect. Great.
I thought you were gonna jump in.
Okay. Thank you, Fred. Appreciate your leadership. Yep. Thanks again to the soccer club. Okay, the next item on our agenda is our ALS Awareness Month proclamation. I'll turn it over to Councilmember Walter.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. ALS Awareness Month proclamation. Whereas amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a progressive, fatal neurodegenerative disease in which a person's brain loses connection with their muscles, slowly reducing a person's ability to walk, talk, eat, and eventually breathe. And whereas thousands of new amyotrophic lateral sclerosis cases are reported every year, and estimates show that every 90 minutes someone is diagnosed with ALS and someone passes away from ALS. And whereas on average patients diagnosed with ALS survive only 2 to 5 years from the time of diagnosis, and whereas the exact causes of ALS are unknown and there is no known cure for ALS, and whereas people who have served in the military are more likely to develop ALS and die from the disease than those with no history of military service, and whereas securing access to new therapies, durable medical equipment, and communication technologies is of vital importance to people living with ALS, and whereas clinical trials play a pivotal role in evaluating new treatments, enhancing quality of life, and fostering assistive technologies for those living with ALS, and whereas the ALS Association is the largest philanthropic funder of ALS research globally and has committed more than $154 million to support more than 550 projects across the United States and 18 other countries, and whereas the ALS Association is committed to accelerating the pace of discovery, fueled by the hope that one day ALS will be a livable disease for everyone, everywhere, until a cure can be found. And whereas Amyotrophic Lateral Sclerosis Awareness Month provides an opportunity to increase public awareness of the dire circumstances of people living with ALS, acknowledging the terrible impact this disease has on those individuals and their families, and support research to eradicate this disease. Now, therefore, the Lakeville City Council does hereby proclaim that the month of May shall be observed as ALS Awareness Month in the city of Lakeville. proclaimed this 19th day of May 2025. Mayor Luke M. Hellier.
Thank you, Councilmember Walter. All right, moving on to our consent agenda, item number 6. Anything you'd like to highlight, Mr. Miller?
Thank you, Mayor. One item tonight, item 6G is the proposal for a purchase of a gas kiln. The reason I want to bring this up, this is for our Fine Arts Building, and this is made through the generosity of the Friends of the Arts Center, as well as a grant through Minnesota Energy Resources, and we appreciate their donation.
Great, I know we've been working on that for a while. Council, anything you'd like to pull for further discussion? If not, I'll take a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, consent agenda passes. Moving on to item 7, that we've got a public hearing on application for LD Designs LLC DBA Board and Brush for consumption display permit. And I'll see if our city clerk can give us some background on the application.
Yeah, the application has been received, the background check was completed, and they meet all ordinance requirements.
Okay, very good. So this is a public hearing, so I'll open that up now if anyone had a comment about the license. If not, I will take a motion to close the public hearing.
I move to close the public hearing.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The public hearing is closed. Any discussion, council? Otherwise, I'll take a motion to approve the license. Joshua, Councilmember Lee.
Move to grant a consumption and display permit for LD Designs LLC, DBA Board and Brush, located at 20770 Holyoke Avenue.
Okay, very good. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Hellier,
Aye.
Bermal,
Aye.
Walter,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Aye,
Volk.
very good. Oh, sorry. I thought,
I still count, you know.
I thought he said Volk first. Did you not say Volk first?
No, he started with you. You
My
were more
apologies.
important.
Sorry, Michelle. That item prevails. I'll now move on to item B. Heritage Commons 9th edition preliminary plat and easement vacation. And I believe our Community Development Director, Ms. Goodroad, will tee it up. And then I believe we have someone from Kimley Horn on Teams, potentially.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. Yes, I believe the engineer for the project is on the Teams call. No? Okay, maybe he's not, so we'll wing it. I think we'll be okay. This is a pretty straightforward application. But here, the Architects Partnership has some an application for a preliminary plat to be known as Heritage Commons 9th edition for 2 commercial lots. So the property is part of the Heritage Commons, one of the vacant lots just north of 202nd Street between Idyllic and Iberia Avenue and south of Heritage Drive. The property is zoned PUD, so it's part of the overall Heritage Commons PUD with the C3 general commercial zoning as the underlying zoning. The property is being platted into 2 lots. The proposal is for a new Chase Bank, and that will be on Lot 1, or the west side of the lot, the west lot on your screen. Excuse me. Here's the site plan for the proposed Chase Bank. Access will be from Heritage Drive as well as from Idyllic Avenue, and then there will be access to the additional lot that will be just to the east. The bank is about 3,395 square feet, includes all of the required parking, a drive-through lane on the south side of the building with a bypass lane for the drive-through as well. Here's the landscaping plan, includes exterior plantings around the site as well as around the stormwater pond, and then the required building perimeter landscaping. And then we asked them to ghost plat or demonstrate how the adjacent lot could be developed with that connection for the parking areas. The elevation plans exceed our grade A materials. It's a combination of 3 colors of brick as well as cast stone and glass, and then some ornamental metal. So the proposal meets all of the requirements. There was a planning commission meeting held on this item in public hearing on May 8th. One of the requests is for some vacation of drainage and utility easements. Those typically surrounded, because this was originally an outlot, those always surround that original outlot. They need to be vacated, and then they'll be replaced with the final plat. And so those two items were reviewed by the Planning Commission at a public hearing, and the Planning Commission recommended unanimously for approval. And then there's 11 stipulations with that approval. And I would stand for any questions.
Okay, council, any questions, comments? Okay, without seeing none, I'll take a motion. Councilmember Bermel?
I move to approve a resolution approving the Heritage Commons 9th edition preliminary plat and vacation of drainage and utility easements.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Bermel,
Aye.
Bolter,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Volk,
Aye.
Hellier.
Aye. Okay, very good. Thank you, Ms. Goodroad. With that, we'll move on to unfinished and new business. Seeing none, announcements. Our next work session is next Tuesday because of Memorial Day here at City Hall. The next city council meeting is Monday, June 2nd. And with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.